morning, cyclists. This is Rick. Today is March the 2nd, Thursday, 2023. Started a bike ride at 1 minute after 10. Back in Kingwood after spending a week down in the Rio Grande Valley in Harlingen. A little different weather here. It's not quite as hot and definitely not as windy. I'm riding my Lynskey Helix bike. Decided to, since I only took my Cervelo with me to Harlingen, I'd make up some time, rides, miles on the Lynskey Helix. Weather today, 76 degrees, humidity is about 84%. Overcast, winds out of the east at 9 miles an hour. Probably get up to the 80s today. Today's route, I'm going to go over to Huffman. To get there, I'm going to go south through Atascocita, loop through Walden, then east over Lake Houston, Fair Lake Lane, Old Atascocita Road. I'm going to go down to Spanish Cove Drive, back north along on FM 2100, FM 1960, west, back over the lake, through Atascocita Shores and back to Kingwood. My goal for road miles this month is 650. That's about 21 miles a day, so I'm going to need to get busy. Make up for lost time. Riding west on Aspen Glade Drive in North Woodland Hills in Kingwood. Sky's still overcast. Not supposed to be that much. I think it's like a 30% chance of rain today. Riding on one of the side streets in Bear Branch Village. See all the azalea blooms. It's about their time of the year. I'm now in King's Forest in Kingwood on Woods Estates Drive. More azaleas. Maybe we call this the Azalea Trail. Back in the 90s, I would go on the Beauty and the Beast bike ride in Tyler during when they had their Azalea Trail. Just entering Town Center Park in Kingwood. Man on a mountain bike. On Kingwood Greens Drive, over there's a golf course, more azaleas. Plenty of azaleas. Azaleas on Pinehurst Trail Drive in Atascocita. The concrete work is finished at Pinehurst Trail Drive and FM 1960. My last ride through here last week, they were pouring the concrete. I'm at Atascocita Shores Drive and FM 1960. Turning right onto FM 1960. Cleat in the pedal. There we go. Don't see any change in the construction over there on the westbound lanes. Riding east over Lake Houston. The wind is coming from our right side. It's really jumping around in a section of the causeway that's open underneath for water, for the water to move through. Now that I'm past that section, it's not quite as bad, but it's still pretty strong. I'm now riding south on Fair Lake Lane. While I was riding across Lake Houston headed east, a car pulled over and the gentleman got out and flagged me down. He wanted to ask me questions about bicycles. I gave him some information. We talked about where he could learn more about biking, the bike shops. He's from Richmond, Texas. So I also gave him one of my business cards. He said he was going to call me. I'll be glad to help him. Headed east on Old Atascocita Road. Riding south on Fair Lake Lane. It's into a pretty stiff headwind. I was kind of hoping I left the wind back in Harlingen, but it's must have followed me. 20.5 miles. Time is 43 minutes after 11. On my way to FM 2100. Riding south on FM 2100 on my way to Spanish Cove Drive, where I'll make a U-turn. Square into the headwind. "12 miles an hour is about the max my legs can put out, but I am using the 35-13 gears. Riding west on FM 1960, approaching the causeway over Lake Houston. I'm expecting the wind to be pretty strong from my left side. We'll see if that turns out to be the case. 25.5 miles, 7 minutes after 12. Average speed 13.2 miles an hour. Riding through the work zone on FM 1960, approaching Atascocita shores. Riding across Lake Houston, there was wind, but it wasn't quite, didn't seem as bad or strong as when I was riding east. I think some of that was from the traffic that was between me and the wind. Riding west versus on the east, where there was no traffic between me and the wind. I'm going to turn right. Should shift the wind to my back. Abundance of azaleas, blooms. This is King's Crossing Drive at North Stratford Lane.